More than a decade after the surprise success of Chronicle, the found-footage superhero thriller that redefined what low-budget sci-fi could achieve, Chronicle 2 is finally on its way, and the first trailer has arrived. Right from the opening scene, it's clear that this sequel is going in a darker, more grounded direction. The trailer begins with government surveillance footage, news clips, and fragments of old digital recordings, reminders of the catastrophic events that took place in Seattle all those years ago. We see snippets of Andrew Detmer's destruction, his tragic descent, and the consequences that followed. But this isn't just a retelling. It's the setup for something much bigger. The sequel takes place years later, in a world that hasn't forgotten what happened. Superhuman abilities are no longer myth. They're a threat, a subject of intense government interest, and possibly the next stage in human evolution. The trailer introduces a new lead character, this time a young woman. She appears to have discovered footage from the original incident, including parts never seen by the public, and her story begins to mirror what we saw with Andrew, Matt, and Steve in the first film. As the trailer progresses, we get glimpses of her developing powers, telekinesis, flight, and eventually the same uncontrollable energy bursts that made Andrew so dangerous. But this isn't just a rehash of the first movie. The tone is more mature, more paranoid. The world has changed, and now so has the way powers are treated. We see shadowy government operatives tracking her movements, secret labs, and the suggestion that other individuals around the globe may have also been affected by the same meteorite event that gave the original trio their powers. What's especially striking is the use of found footage blended with modern techniques. Drone shots, video calls, vlogs, and security cameras. The style keeps that raw, grounded feel that made the original so gripping, but expands the scope. This isn't just one kid losing control. It's an emerging global phenomenon. We also hear voiceovers that hint at internal struggle. The new protagonist talks about responsibility, isolation, and fear, echoing the same themes that made the first film emotionally powerful. But unlike Andrew, who felt powerless in his personal life and used his abilities to lash out, this new character seems caught between the urge to help and the fear of becoming what he became. There's a brief shot that will excite longtime fans. Matt Goretti, the surviving cousin from the original film, appears older, more hardened, and possibly working with or against the new powered individuals. His role isn't fully revealed, but the trailer makes it clear he hasn't forgotten what happened and may hold answers no one else has. Explosions, collapsing buildings, and aerial battles fill the final moments of the trailer, showing us that the stakes have only grown. The final shot is chilling. A quiet moment, the protagonist floating above a city skyline, with her eyes glowing faintly, not in rage, but in fear. And then the screen cuts to black. Chronicle 2 looks to be more than a typical sequel. It's an evolution, both of the original's ideas and its world. It tackles questions of power, surveillance, trauma, and what happens when people are gifted abilities they were never meant to have. The story feels bigger, the consequences deeper, and the emotional weight more intense. For fans of the original, this trailer feels like a worthy continuation. For new audiences, it offers a fresh entry point into a grounded superhero universe where power doesn't come with a costume, but with consequences. If the trailer is anything to go by, Chronicle 2 is set to be one of the most unique and thought-provoking sci-fi releases in years.